Welcome to another edition of the OC Show. I am your host, Donnie Henderson, and we are back for another show, getting ready for the upcoming NFL season. We're going to go through the last four divisions of my predictions, and we are getting ready because it's fall now. We started this show in the summer, right in the dog days of summer for sports fans. So we're going to start ramping up real high here because we're going to have college football, we're going to have NFL football. Then before you know it, we'll have NBA, baseball playoffs, NHL starting up. We're going to have loads and loads of topics to talk about. We're ready. We're going to be on it, on fire, ready to get this going the way we want it to be. Okay. As we always, before we get into our sports jewel, Thursday, a special edition of the OC show. We are going to be on Facebook Live and or Instagram Live Thursday evening during the Kansas City Chiefs versus Detroit Lions game. I'm going to be doing some live shows, kind of some real-time reaction to see if I'm really happy because the Lions are winning or if I'm really like, here we go again. Not expecting the Lions to win that game, but I hope we have a decent showing. But I want to do a little Facebook Live or Instagram Live just to kind of interact with folks because eventually I want to interact with you. That's you. I want to interact with on this show. I don't want it all just to be me talking the whole time. I want to talk to other people. We're going to explore different avenues of how to get other folks on the show. I am about halfway to my YouTube goal. I need 50 subscribers. I think I'm right at 25. I need 25 more because if I do 25 more, then I can do more on YouTube, do live shows there. I want to be able to make this as big and as fun as possible. The emphasis on being fun because I like fun. This is fun for me. I want to be able to talk sports with my friends, and kind of broadcast that out to others. You know who you are. I've already talked to some of you. You're going to be a part of this show. You're going to be with me. You're going to be on this with me. And we're going to talk. We're going to have a good time about it. Some of you I haven't talked to yet. You know who you probably are. But we're going to get you on here. We're going to talk sports. We're going to go back and forth. It's going to be fun. I can't wait. Sports Jewel brought to you by, again, IDS Hair Care Products. Products for men and for women. These products are great. I use them myself. Especially, I'm going to prop up the one I like the best. The two I like the best. The hemp beard shampoo. Great for your beard. Gets it really nice and lathered up, cleaned up really well. Smells real great. And the beard butter. Again, I have that sensitive dry skin. That beard butter that I put on the beard and on around the face there gets my face nice and moisturized, makes it soft, lasts the whole day. I don't have stuff that typically lasts the whole day. Lotions typically don't last the whole day. IDS Hair Care Products. I'll put the link and I'll put the IQ code here on my screen. Give them a shout out. Let them know that you heard about them on the OC show, and I trust you will not be disappointed. Sports Jewel, today we are traveling to someplace I would never travel to unless, circumstances make it so that I have to go there. Let me backtrack a little bit. Our radars are all go to different things. My radar typically goes to sports. I do a little sports show. Thanks for watching right now. But I like Star Wars. There's other different things that people like. Everyone has a different radar. But a lot of times, especially when you become a parent, your radars change. And my daughter is big into volleyball. And so my radar typically looks to volleyball things. Today's Sports Jewel is a great one, I think. We traveled to the state of Nebraska. The University of Nebraska hosted a volleyball game. Oh, what's so great about that? Yeah, they hosted a volleyball game in a football stadium. 92,003 fans came in to see the University of Nebraska Lady Cornhuskers play the University of Omaha in a volleyball match. 92,003 people. And if you have, we're going to put a picture up here. That stadium is full of red. Now, as I was doing a little bit more research, there was another game before that. I believe it was Wayne State that was in the game before that. And so shout out to Wayne State. Shout out to, hopefully it's the Wayne State in Detroit, but I didn't do that much research into it. But the main thing is that 92,000 people came out to see volleyball in Nebraska. You talk about loyalty, and that's something that we've talked about before as far as sports loyalty. That's loyalty. That's loyalty to a team. That's loyalty to a community. And dare I say, if we had loyalty like that in other aspects of our communities, the world would be, our country would be our country would be a better place. The world would be a better place if we had loyalty like that. Typically, we can gather around and we can rally around sports teams. It's easy for us to rally around sports teams. But for 92,000 people to come to watch women's volleyball, yeah, again, that's going to be on my radar because my daughter's into volleyball. So anything that's a story about volleyball, I'm kind of look at it a little bit differently. That's extraordinary. That's something good in sports. So bravo to, and I'm not going to usually give any kind of props to any type of Nebraska anything. This is Nebraska's Nebraska, but shout out to the Cornhuskers and their loyalty to the Nebraska Cornhuskers ladies volleyball team. 92,003 in Memorial Stadium, a football stadium filled with folks wearing red supporting women's volleyball. And on a side note, I also learned that the Nebraska women's athletic department, only one in the country to make a profit. So props to Nebraska for being loyal and supporting their fans. We need more folks supporting women's sports, getting out there and supporting women's sports and those fringe sports. It's not just about basketball and football. And that's easy for me to say because, well, that's not really easy for me to say because I watch basketball and football. Those fringe sports are sports too. And being that I have daughters and being that I have a girl who's interested in volleyball, again, your radar kind of changes. So look at those girls. Look at those girls playing field hockey, volleyball, swimming. These girls and men on these fringe sports are getting after it just as well as the men's basketball and football. Got off on a little side note there, but we want to make sure that we're supporting as well as Nebraska supported that team right there. Go Lady Cornhuskers, just for now, except for when you play Michigan. All right, back to our NFL predictions. NFL predictions. We've already gone over the AFC South and the AFC East, NFC South and NFC East. Today, we're going to go ahead and knock out the rest of the NFL. We're going to get it done today. AFC West. Who's going to finish first? Well, we always start with the fourth place team. Who's going to start? We're going to go and see that the fourth place team in my prediction will be the Las Vegas Raiders. Last season, finished with a record of 6-11. Josh McDaniels is their coach. They missed the playoffs last year. This is going to be the start of the Jimmy Garoppolo era, ending Derek Carr's era. Don't have any confidence really in Jimmy Garoppolo. He hasn't proven anything. People think that he was going to be the next coming out in San Francisco. That didn't work out. Is it going to work out in Vegas? Doubtful. I don't think so. I'm not sold. Fourth place Las Vegas Raiders. Sorry, Raiders Nation. You guys are going to be fourth place according to my predictions. Third place in that division, the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos, yes, they finished 5-12 last season. Sean Payton is their coach now. No nonsense Sean Payton. Will he be able to get something out of their quarterback, Russell Wilson? They better. If he can get Russell Wilson to be the Russell Wilson that he was in Seattle, they will improve drastically. 5-12 will not be what their record is this year, but I believe they'll only get to third place because this division is loaded, because the next team I have in that division is the Los Angeles Chargers. Los Angeles Chargers should be ashamed of themselves, though. The Los Angeles Chargers ought to be ashamed of themselves. They ought to still be embarrassed, and they ought to be the team looking forward most to getting this season started, because the way they lost to Jacksonville last year in the playoffs, they all ought to be ashamed of themselves. They're thanking God that this season's starting up real quick. They can get that bad taste out of their mouth, and I believe they will. Justin Herbert's going to bounce back and have a great season, leading them to a second-place finish, because they can't touch, and not many people can touch, the team that's going to finish first place in the division, Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, the defending Super Bowl champion, Kansas City Chiefs. They're not going to miss a beat. They're going to be first place in the division again. Will they win the Super Bowl again? I'm not sure, but they're going to be first place in that division because they're the Chiefs. They are the Chiefs, and they are just that good. Going over to the NFC West. NFC West, Who we got here? Now, I had to show a little love to the NFC West, and I'm showing love right now because I'm wearing an Arizona Cardinals jersey. This is about as good as it's going to get for them. Me wearing their jersey on a podcast with 25 subscribers. That's about as good as it's going to get. Kyler Murray's not playing. They got nothing going on. First year coach Jonathan Cannon. They missed the playoffs last year, 4-13. They're probably going to be one of those teams going to match the Cleveland Browns and Detroit Lions. They're not winning a game during the season. They're in bad, bad trouble. They got nothing but a hot mess. They're the dumpster fire of dumpster fires. The Arizona Cardinals will finish fourth in the NFC West. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Then you have, it's just, I had to show them a little love because they got nothing going on. Nothing. Third place, the Los Angeles Rams. Our boy Matt Stafford and Sean McVay, they missed the playoffs last year, 5-12. I know Stafford was hurt last year, but they're about done. They're about done. They're in a tough division here, and they're done. They sold their, don't want to say soul, but they sold their sports soul for a championship. It ended up working, and now they are in the doldrums. They're down, deep down in the gutter. Down in the basement, 5-12 last year. Again, like I said before, missed the playoffs. Gonna probably miss the playoffs again. They're not gonna be that good. Aaron Donald's probably gonna get moved, if not during the season, after the season. Just things are not looking. The Jalen Ramsey's gone. They're just not. They don't. Besides Cooper Kupp, I just don't see anything going on with the Los Angeles Rams. Second place in the NFC West. The surprising Seattle Seahawks. They were 9-8 last year, lost in the first round to the 49ers, but the Seattle Seahawks, they balled last year. They balled. Geno Smith proved all the doubters wrong, came out strong, had a great season. Pete Carroll is the ultimate motivator. Oldest coach in the NFL, is the ultimate motivator. If I want to play for any coach in the NFL, it'd probably be Pete Carroll. The guy is a motivator. People think he's kind of slimy and kind of squirmy because of how he left USC, but the guy has proven beyond proof that the man can coach in the NFL. He did his best coaching job last year with a 9-8 team. That team was projected to be last place. They're going to be second place this year, and the 49ers will be in first place. Kyle Shanahan has a machine there. Great defense. Trey Lance is out. They got their man Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, drafted last in the draft 2 years ago. They made it to the NFC Championship game only to lose to the Philadelphia Eagles. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with, and they're going to challenge the Eagles for that NFC crown. For San Francisco 49ers, Nick Bosa, Defensive Player of the Year. You can't go wrong with the 49ers. They're going to be in great shape. On to the AFC North. The AFC North. What we got here in the AFC North? I got fourth place. Sorry, Steeler Nation, but you guys are going to be in fourth place. My man, Mike Tomlin, is there. He is another great motivator. Him and Pete Carroll, the guys I'd probably want to play for the most. Two opposite type of coaches, but Mike Tomlin's no nonsense. This is probably the toughest division in the NFC, in the NFL. One of the toughest divisions because these teams are just going to beat up on each other. You got Mike Tomlin. I'm not sold on Kenny Pickett as their quarterback. That's why I'm picking them fourth. I kind of went back and forth between the fourth and third place. I got my notes back and forth, and I'm just going to go with the Steelers finishing fourth. I'm sorry. They missed the playoffs last year with a 9-8 record. Just don't see it for the Steelers and Steeler Nation. My bad. Sorry, Steeler fans. I know it's a lot of you out there, and just don't see it. Sorry, folks. Third place, Cleveland Browns, Kevin Stefanski. They missed the playoffs last year with a 7-10 record. But the thing that kind of put them over the Steelers for me, I think that Deshaun Watson's going to get to the Deshaun Watson we know. He's got all that garbage behind him. He's got a whole full offseason to prepare. He's going to be a little bit better this year. I think he's going to lead them to a third place finish, possibly a second place finish, depending on what the next team does. That's why this division is so tough. Any one of these teams, except for the top team, we have not got there yet. Any of the three teams below the top team can finish anywhere from second to fourth. But I'm picking the Browns to be third. Kevin Stefanski, Deshaun Watson. I'm going with Deshaun Watson over Kenny Pickett. That's why I'm picking them third. Second place in the division, the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson's all locked up. John Harbaugh is another one of those coaches that has full control of that team. I believe that they're going to be in good shape. 10-7 last year, lost to the Bengals in the playoffs. Um, if Lamar's right, they're going to be right. They're going to be tough to deal with. Baltimore Ravens, second place in the division. Cincinnati Bengals, first place. They were 12-4 last year, lost to the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. Zach Taylor is going to have these Chiefs going. Joe Burrow's the man. I don't care what you think about him. You think he's too cocky. You think he's this. You think he's that. Joe Burrow is the guy. He's the guy in that division. Out of all the quarterbacks of that division, people love Lamar. I love Lamar too. Joe Burrow's the best quarterback in that division, leading them to another division crown. Cincinnati Bengals, number one team in the AFC North, which brings me to last but not least. And I know those of you that are watching this and that know sports have been waiting me to get to this division because this is the division that I'm a fan of. This is my division. These are the teams that I follow the most. These are the teams I love the most. These are teams I hate. Well, there's one team that I love the most. And these are teams that I hate the most. But can I be objective? Yes, I can absolutely be objective. But the fourth place team in the NFC North is going to be the Green Bay Packers. 8-9 last year, missed the playoffs. Matt LaFleur is their head coach. And Jordan Love, we haven't seen Jordan Love. Will Jordan Love be great? Will he be great? He's going to have to follow the footsteps of Aaron Rodgers. Love him or hate him, Aaron Rodgers is the man. 4-time MVP. Took his talents to the New York Jets. Jordan Love, will he be like Brett Favre, another Hall of Famer? Now, no one wants Jordan Love's job. You wouldn't want to be in that position. He has to follow in the footsteps of two Hall of Fame quarterbacks. Can he do it? Will he do it? Maybe he will. Who knows? I just don't think he will. Not this year. I don't have faith in Jordan Love. I don't really have faith in the Packers this season. They're going to be solid. Again, like the AFC North, I was kind of back and forth between who should be fourth, who should be third. But third place, the Chicago Bears. I think they're going to make the biggest jump from any team last year to this year. 3-14 last year, missed the playoff. Matt Elderfluss. Is that how you say his last name? I don't know. The new head coach of the Chicago Bears. I'm sure I'll hear that a little bit more as the season goes on. Again, 3-14 last year. Justin Fields, people are hyping him up. Is he going to make that big improvement, that big jump, or is he going to digress? I think he's going to improve. I think the guy is good. I mean, watching him up close twice when he played my team, the guy can run for sure. He's got that Lamar Jackson type speed, but can he improve on throwing the ball? He's got some more weapons. In the on the wide receiver, he got the Carolina DJ Moore from the Carolina Panthers, but I think they'll improve to third place. I just don't think they'll quite make it, bringing me to the second place team. And as a Detroit Lions fan, I can be objective, and I'm going to be objective because I'm picking Detroit Lions to finish second in the division. 9-8 last season, barely missed the playoffs. Dan Campbell's the head man. He's got him going in the right place. If Jared Goff can play like he did last season, those last 10 games, the Detroit Lions will be good. They could very well win the division. I just don't think they're going to do it. I'm being as objective as I can. I'm not doing the same old Lions SOL stuff. I'm going with my objectivity. I just don't think they're better than Minnesota yet. Can they win the division? Yes. If they win the division, will I be excited? Yes. If they win the division, will I get a new t-shirt? Yes. I will be excited. Do I want a home playoff game to be played at Ford Field? Yes. Will that happen this season? Probably not. I just don't see it. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but I'm picking the Detroit Lions to be second in NFC North, followed by Kevin O'Connell and Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings. I think they barely win the division, right? Just a hair over the Detroit Lions, probably some kind of weird Detroit Lions luck. Something's going to happen, and the Minnesota Vikings will win the division, and they will host a playoff game. I believe that they just have, Justin Jefferson, Kirk Cousins, that offense is just good. Even though they did lose Dalvin Cook, they lost Dalvin Cook, so that's why I kind of went back and forth with whether the Detroit Lions or the Vikings are going to do it. I just believe the Vikings are going to edge the Lions out and win that division. First place, Minnesota Vikings in the division. We'll see what happens. NFL season's coming up. Starts on Thursday again. Live show on Instagram Live or Facebook Live. I'll probably go back and forth, but I'm going to try something different. Please, please, please like, subscribe, comment here. You are going to be a part of this show more than you know as this show goes on. Football season starting up. We're looking forward to it. Thanks very much for your support to the show. Peace.